Okay, so this is 10 stoic traits of masculinity that your father never taught you. This video is going to go way deeper than dating. Okay, in fact, I would say this, most of the men who I see who are constantly focused on dating, they don't have any aspects of their life together. And specifically, there's a big issue with competency. Like as a man, you have to be competent. Now, I understand that throughout every guy's 20s, right, you want to be the bad boy, right, and get all the ladies, or you want to be the guy in the club who, has the bottle service or whatever. But you got to understand, eventually real life is going to come at you, okay? And eventually everybody grows up, okay? Your 30s are going to come, your 40s are going to come, your 50s are going to come. You have to think about this, right? Because I understand all you can see is the present moment. But these 10 traits are going to be needed so that way you don't become a man with no direction in life. And that hurts your dating life way more as you age, okay? Because what you got to remember is as you age, women are going to expect you to have something going on for yourself, or they expect you to be established in some way, shape, and form, okay? So the very first thing, or the very first stoic trait of masculinity that every man has to internalize is emotional control and emotional fortitude, okay? When bad things happen, you don't get reactive and freak out and go all over the place with your emotions. You can't do that. You have to have some kind of control of your own emotions. So most men are volatile, okay? They get mad really quickly and easily. They get sad really quickly and easily. They have so much sympathy and empathy so quickly. They're constantly pouring their heart out. This doesn't work, okay? Because now your emotional state is up and down and you can't make good calculated thoughts and good calculated decisions. So I understand that this is hard. Like, it's not easy to have emotional control. It's not easy to be stoic. These things are really hard because even me, right, I'm going to be going against, my internal emotion, but I have the strength to be able to control and harness that so I don't make bad decisions. So the way that I can always tell if a guy is in more of like an emotional mindset is it's always based on his vocal tone. If he starts off the story like this, yeah, man, Casey, bro, so like there was this girl I was seeing and bro, like she pulled away, and like, let's say at this point I give him some advice, the rebuttal is always this, and it always sounds like this, no, man, but like, bro, you don't get it, man, this time it's different, like, oh, bro, like, you don't get it, man, bro, like, this girl, like, we kicked it off, like, everything was good, okay, you see the tonality, you see me being constantly locked in my emotions with how I'm even speaking, okay, I'm going to tell you this, that vibe and that energy, that will get you laid. Okay, a lot of times the same energy though that gets you laid is the exact energy that gets you completely heartbroken because she sees that you have no stability. So this is really important. A lot of the guys that I know over the years who were the best players, right, great at, attracting a hot girl or going to a party and then ending up getting laid or whatever, these guys typically struggle the most to retain interest or end up getting heartbroken the quickest, because they're volatile with their emotions. So that's number one, okay? The second stoic trait that your dad probably never taught you was some form of financial prioritization. My whole life, I have gained zero confidence in my dating life from money. I will say that, okay? I've been an entrepreneur for many years. Everybody who says, oh, money helps make a man more confident with women, I completely disagree with this. From my own experience, this has not helped my confidence at all. I believe that true confidence as a man when you're interacting with women comes from prior experience and prior proof that other women have been interested in you in the first place. That's what gives a man confidence, right? If you've had multiple women over the years, let's say, be head over heels in love with you, well, you have proof now that you're an attractive man. In my experience, that's what actually brings confidence to a man's dating life, not money. However, I will tell you this, I have gained all of my confidence in life through business, because I've proven to myself that I can grow. So financial prioritization is huge. You don't want to be a guy who's 40 years old and you get a medical bill for $500 in the mail and you're sitting there with high anxiety because of that. You don't want to, have your car go out and all of a sudden you got to change out your engine or something like that, and the $2,000 bill gives you anxiety. You want to really strive to have 6 figures, saved up at least, okay? Because you need that cushion. That cushion helps you sleep well at night. That cushion allows you to know that, hey, even if I lost my job, guess what? It's Saturday morning. If I want to sleep till 10 o'clock in the morning just because, and then I'm going to get my day together afterwards and I'm going to find a new job, I'm good. Well, how do you do that? You have to have money saved up. That's number 2, okay? Number 3, persistence at your craft. This is something that I see almost every single guy struggle with who is like 25 and below, or even a lot of times ages 30 and below. It's just zero grit. They're not able to stick anything through. Every single day they're indecisive with the direction of their career. They can't stick to a decision for more than 12 hours without wanting to change their mind or doing something different. And they can't stand to do one thing. They can't stick to one thing long enough to see the fruits of their labor pay off. Well, this is a huge issue. I see this with almost every single guy that I talk to, is they have no direction. One day they want to, go to medical school. The next day they want to be a police officer. The next day they want to be a firefighter. The next day they want to be a stockbroker. And then all of a sudden they're 28 years old and they still have the job that they had when they were 20. That's not going to work very good. Okay, so you got to understand this. Your purpose as a man is built. This is the thing that every guy doesn't understand, is they think your purpose is found. You think that you wake up and you find your calling. That is not how life works. Your purpose is built brick by brick every day, and it's really hard. Now, the only way it becomes your purpose is if you have the skill set to make it your purpose, which takes a lot of trial and error and failing. Okay, at 18, I was a real estate agent. Okay, in my early 20s, I was a fitness coach, right? I had my own fitness business. Nowadays, I do what I do with you guys. I've had transitions. I had to build myself. I had to learn skills. So number 3, persistence at one craft. This is so important. Now, number 4, the 4th thing that your dad probably did not teach you is self-prioritization. I was lucky enough to see this, okay, from my own parents. Both of my parents prioritized health. They prioritized fitness. They prioritized taking care of themselves. So what is self-prioritization? Self-prioritization means at all times, you are taking care of these 3 things first and foremost. Your fitness and your strength, your financial circumstance, and your self-care and your hygiene. Okay, so number 3, when it comes to self-care and hygiene, that means fix your deficits. If you are not confident about your teeth, go get braces, okay? Or find money to afford braces. If you don't like your hair, find ways that you can maybe afford to help your hair. Find ways you can fix your skin. If you have acne or bad skin, figure this stuff out. Okay, this is very important. Self-prioritization is huge. Now for me, fitness is always number 1. For me, fitness is always even above my financial prioritization. Why is that? Because I believe a strong mind only comes from a strong body. And I believe that in order for me to make competent decisions with my business life, I have to be healthy first. If I'm not healthy, I'm going to make poor decisions. So that is how I leverage these things, okay? Self-prioritization. Number 5 is mental strength. Most guys just give up. I'm going to tell you this, I'm going to make this very easy for you. You cannot give up. Don't give up. If you don't give up at whatever your goal is, you'll literally never lose. Let me give you an example. Look how many videos are on this YouTube channel that I have for you guys. Thousands of videos, right? Between short form and long form. Now, nobody sees this because they're not on my channel anymore, but I used to have a bunch of fitness vlogs when I had my fitness coaching business in my early 20s. I had a bunch of fitness vlogs, okay? I can't remember the exact number that I had, but if I could guess, it was probably a couple hundred or more. And these were vlogs of my entire day, taking the tripod to the gym, filming the foods that I'm eating, filming my day of eating, editing, uploading, and none of them worked out. Like, I still had under 1,000 subscribers at the time, but I stuck with this for years. I didn't give up, okay? And eventually, through trial and error and through building different things over the years, I was able to grow. So what does that tell you? That tells you that mental strength is important. You have to have mental strength to not give up, because if you give up, life's going to get really hard, right? And you're going to hit a point in life where something happens, either emotionally or financially, and you're going to wish you would have gave life more effort. Okay, that's what I'm telling you. The effort you put in, you will be rewarded if you do not give up. Now, number 6, most fathers did not teach their sons lust control. Okay, this is the 6th stoic trait you have to understand, lust control. Most fathers don't touch on this at all. You have to understand that lust destroys men. It doesn't matter if that lust is you towards women in your dating life, or even you towards just self-pleasure when it comes to dirty websites and bad habits. You cannot go down this road. In my experience, as I've gotten older, I've realized this. If you indulge in pleasure, on the back end, it's always met with pain. Okay? Like the saying opposites attract, right? Or the saying highs and lows, right? That's what I have found, right? There's no good without bad. So every time you indulge in pleasure, the good, the feeling that's good, you're typically going to be met with some kind of pain, especially emotionally, afterwards. Sometimes that pain takes a week to sink in, sometimes a month, but eventually it comes. Okay, if you're out partying a lot, sometimes the pain with the hangover is the next day. Okay, so you can't live like that. You don't want to basically be tied to your pleasures, because while it will feel good, it's going to affect you in the long run. Number 7, okay, the 7th stoic trait you have to internalize is just how to win. Okay, and specifically how to win without excuses. So here's what that means. What that means is when your head hits the pillow at night, you either got done what you needed to get done or you didn't. So like, you have to remove the word because. Yeah, I was supposed to do chest and triceps at the gym, but I wasn't able to do it because of this, right? Because I had this birthday party to go to, because my girlfriend wanted to go eat lasagna, right? Because I had to go do this. Okay, you have to understand that at the end of the day, if you want a result, it doesn't matter what your excuse is. And see, this is what a lot of guys don't understand, is they claim that they want results, but the truth is their self-prioritization is off. Because as soon as it comes down to family or friends, okay, who truthfully probably wouldn't even have your back or wouldn't pay a bill for you if bad things happened in your life anyways, as soon as a family member or a friend says, hey, I want you to do this, their instant default answer is okay. Well, see, this is the issue, because yeah, you're going to have a great relationship with them, sure, but what does that mean? Does that mean you guys say nice words back and forth to each other? Does that mean you're not lonely? Well, what does it actually mean? Right? If you want to actually have results, okay? Like, you want to actually have results. I want to be more physically fit, or I want to have better finances, or I want to succeed in business, or I want to grow something for myself, right? You have to cut the excuses. Modern men today are way too okay with excuses. The second they don't feel like doing something for whatever reason, they will typically just give up. Okay, and this is not good. Now, number 8, the 8th thing that your dad probably never taught you is getting your life together. So this also stems into wanting your 20s to be full of pleasure. Okay, I'm going to tell you this. The time in life where you're probably going to have the most energy and the most drive is in your early 20s. Because you're younger, you're full of energy, okay, and you're young still. As you get older, life feels different. Okay, me personally, I feel way different today at 28 than I did at 22. Way different. No comparison. Okay? So getting your life together, right? This is what guys say, oh, well, I need to go to the party and I need to go to the club because she wants the bad boy and I need to be that guy that's a social butterfly that has all these things going on. Okay, cool. Here's the thing, man. This is what you got to understand. Every guy 18 to 27 usually wants the party, but I'm going to tell you this. Your 30s hit and most guys have less energy and motivation drops. Okay? And this is what I'm trying to tell you is you will get old. Okay? You don't want to be 45 years old with only $5,000 in your bank account and you're struggling every month with bills and you have no savings. This is the road that most people are in. And these are the same men who are still saying, why can't I have unconditional love from a woman? Why doesn't she like me? You know, why did my girlfriend leave me? That means if you look at who you are as a man, all of your decisions start to stack up together where the woman is either able to look at you and say, yes, he's competent, or no, he's not. Okay? So even you asking these questions, oh, why did she leave me? Why doesn't she love me unconditionally? That right there is showing low competency in and of itself just by you asking it, because it shows you don't understand what it means to be a man. Okay? It shows you're still prioritizing your own emotions. Now, number 9, a stoic man does what's right in a relationship, and he knows what's right because he's masculine, so he makes the right decisions, okay, regardless of what she claims that she wants to see out of you. Let me give you an example with that. Let's say your girlfriend calls you, okay, or let's say this. Let's say your girlfriend tells you that she wants you to communicate more even while you're at work because it makes her happier that she gets to hear from you, okay? And let's say that you believe her, okay? And let's say that you believe what she's saying and you start to do that. So now here's what happens. You answer her phone call at 8 a.m. or at 9 a.m. on a Monday morning, right? You answer her phone call at 8 a.m. or 9 a.m. on a Monday morning, and during the 5 minutes that you guys talk, she's happy that you did it. And then hypergamy starts to enter her mind, and now she pulls back because she sees that she can pull you off of your workday. You see what I'm saying? So you have to be competent. A stoic man that's competent does what's right in a relationship regardless of what she claims that she wants to see out of you. Now, number 10. Okay, the 10th thing that your dad probably never taught you is you got to understand this, man. God has a plan for you, but you are probably not listening to your inner calling for what you're supposed to do with your life. This is the biggest issue, is most guys have like a block, okay? The roadmap is already laid out for you. You just have to be okay to listen to it. You have to be willing to listen to it. And most guys are unwilling to listen to it. They start scrolling on social media, and then they go eat some junk food, and then they go to bed, and their day restarts, and they're completely just sedated in their own thoughts. This is how most guys live. How do I know that this is how most guys live? Because I've had tons of guys over the years, you know, in my comment section, in my products, all of that. And I see how most guys are. And this is why when I created my original processes, okay, that I called MBT, Masculine Behavioral Techniques, in the entire first phase, when a guy comes into it, what I have them do is fix the man first. So this is what I believe you need to do. Okay, you need to discover MBT, which is Masculine Behavioral Techniques. And right now what I did was I created a gift for you that's down below, okay? It's not going to last very long, but I built this for you because it's the holiday season. Now you have to understand how I made this. What I made, okay, inside of this was basically like a comprehensive guide, A through Z, for how to live this way. What is the way that I just described? The way that I just described is all of the things, okay, inside of these 10 traits. If you want to actually know how to take this a step further, to copy paste them into your life, to actually start applying them the right way, we have to actually have a mindset shift that leads us to looking at our life from the lens of the masculine, of what is going to help us the most. So this is what I can tell you, okay? What I built inside of this goes way deeper than just dating help, okay? And all of phase 1, when a guy comes into this, what we're doing is we work on fixing the man first before leveling up his game. Okay? This is what you have to understand, is we have to fix these deficits that you might have first. And now is the best time to get that, because what I made for you is almost like a gift, and it's the holiday season, so I want you to see what I made below. But basically, you got to look at yourself like this, or your dating life like this, right? In business, there's the product and there's the pitch. Okay? The product is what the person is actually purchasing. The product in your dating life is you. You are the product. Okay? Now, it's obviously way easier to say the right thing, or you don't even have to have nearly as good of a pitch, nearly as good of words, okay, to convince someone to buy a product, right? In business, let's say. You don't have to have as good of words if your product is good. So like, who are you as a man? Who are you as an individual? This is what we have to actually dial in. So you are the product. To give you a comparison, like, think of it this way, it's way easier to sell a good product, okay? If you have a bad product, you have to rely on a bunch of game. You have to rely on words. You have to rely on a good sales pitch. You have to rely on all of this stuff to convince someone to buy it. But in your dating life, you got to understand, if you as a man have your stuff dialed in, you are the product. You are now chosen. And you know what areas in your life to improve, so that way you have good skills. You do have status in certain areas. It's almost like she feels like it's amazing to have the opportunity to be with you, okay? What I'm trying to tell you is this. The Ferrari sells itself, okay? The $300,000, $400,000, $500,000 sports car sells itself. The dude going into the dealership who wants that because of the product, not because of what the salesperson told them. So this is what I can tell you, okay? What you have to do is you have to get it together. And I invite you on this journey, right? Because I made this gift for you. It's down below. Go and check that out. These are the 10 stoic traits of masculinity that your father probably never taught you. If you want to see more of this type of content, let me know in the comments section.